Welcome back to the channel, guys. So in this episode, we're just going to go through each car, just discuss any little jobs that need to be done to them. And then we'll also wander out into the shed and we'll have a look at the current project and see where that's at. So sit back and enjoy, guys. Cheers. Alrighty, so we'll kick things off with the VS Ute first. So not much going on with this one other than just enjoying it. So a lot of the long-term followers on YouTube and the other socials would know this was last year's project. Finished it just before summer, and really just over summer we've just been enjoying it. Any nice days we get out and enjoy it. So I really enjoy this car. It's a really nice car to drive. You know, getting a bit older now, you just like to put the arm on the windowsill, put it in drive, and away you go. So update with this one currently. Just needs a service, just needs an oil change. So I'll do that this weekend, hopefully. I have discussed in previous videos about painting inside the tub. Look, it's not a massive priority. By the same token, I kind of don't mind it with the marks in there. It just shows its previous life, that it was a workhorse. And really, you know, you can't see a whole lot in there anyway, obviously when the hard lid's pulled down. So one day we will get in there. Not a massive priority to paint that. It's cleaned up quite well, so that'll be a future job one day. What else? Interior. So them seats, look, they're okay. That'd be on top of the list of jobs to do to it. As you can see there, you know, a few marks, slight little tear there. Otherwise, they're in pretty good nick. So really, that would be at the top of the list of jobs to do to this car, to this Ute. Get them retrimmed. But by the same token, yet again, not a massive priority. One thing I do want to change is this door seal. That's a rare spares item I fitted probably over 12 months ago now. Not real happy with it. Look, to be honest, they're pretty fucking shit. You got to slam the door all the time. I thought by now it sort of would have wore in a little bit more better. But if I had me time again, I would have just kept the original one on there. The original one sort of just here had a big sort of chunk taken out of it just from wear and tear, obviously. But yeah, the rare spares ones, look, I don't know if they've improved or not since, but not the greatest item. I'm not slagging the guys, but you know, if you've got a VR, VS, or you know, VN, VP, whatever, I think they're all the same. I'd be trying to look for good second-hand original ones. So in saying that, if anybody out there's got a good second-hand one, hit me up on Instagram or Facebook, please. Send us a message. I'd happily take that rare spare one off and fit up a really good second-hand one. So and the interior is 25i, so I believe the rubbers are a little bit different. I've actually had to go that grey sort of a colour, as you can see to the dash. It's that sort of bluey grey, dark grey kind of colour. So yeah, 25i. If you do have one, hit me up. That'd be great, because that's one thing I really want to do, is piss that rare spares door seal off and yeah, get an original item if I can. So yeah, anywho, so really, yeah, that's just about it with the Ute. As I said, needs a service. We'll do that this weekend, just a simple oil change. Yeah, other than that, just get out and enjoy the thing. All right, so SS. Same deal with this. Not a lot going on with it, as always. You know, there is always something to do to it. Panther mica, that keeps me busy enough, just trying to keep that looking good. You wash it, wipe it with a rag, and anyone who's got one of these colours or has had them in the past knows they are an absolute prick to keep clean. So, and to keep the swirls out of it as well. It doesn't take much. So that's a full-time job in itself with this car, but I wouldn't have it any other way. It's a magnificent colour. One thing I do want to do, repaint these body moulds, them red moulds there. Probably can't see it in the video. For some reason down this side, they've sort of gone a bit of a pinkish sort of a colour. Probably 5-6 years ago now, I wet rubbed them back, polished them. They were really good. They were consistent, the same colour all around the car. And then just over time, they sort of fade again, and they've gone back to that pinkish sort of colour on that side. And if you come down to the rear bar, you can kind of see that's a bit bit of a darker sort of shade of red. It might be a bit hard to see in this light, and they're a little bit more pinkish. Out in the sunlight, you can see it a lot. Had plenty of people at the recent Dandenong All Holden Day remind me about that. So, yeah, that'll be on the cards. We'll, yeah, repaint them. I think it's Marinello Red, something like that. We'll give them a repaint. The ones around the barn that aren't too bad, but yeah, you'd have to do the whole car, obviously, to keep it consistent. So that's one job I want to do. I want to repaint the front bar. You probably can't quite see there with the angle and whatnot. There's a few stone chips and whatnot here and there. But yeah, we'll want to give that a bit of a tidy up eventually. Get that repainted. Other than that, not a whole lot more to the SS. Door seals. As we discussed on the Ute, the rare spares ones aren't real flash, so I want to keep the originals. So as you can see there, that rubber's just pulling away. I'll just simply get a little bit of rubber glue, re-glue them on. I think it's kind of happening to nearly every door seal, but as I said, I want to maintain and keep those original seals. I think it's the same in the front as well. Yeah, you can sort of see it's pulling away slightly. So yeah, that's about where the SS is at. Got to fix the body kit up. I don't know if you can quite see there. Probably not. Just sort of here, it's kind of pulled out a little bit. Yeah, you can kind of sort of see it's pulled out from the door. So yeah, we'll fix that one up. Other than that, same deal as the Ute. Yeah, just get the thing out, enjoy it. I want to make more content with this car for you guys. It proves very popular on the channel for obvious reasons. So there's a few videos out there, driving videos and that, but a few shit ones as well. But yeah, we'll do plenty more in the future. So as I said, it proves very popular for obvious reasons. So yeah, that's really about it with the VS's, where they're at. Like I said, it's really just about enjoying these cars. And like all old cars, you know, there's always something to do. So yeah, there are a couple of jobs on both cars I can just chip away with over the winter. So yeah, anywho, all right, we'll wander out in the shed and we'll see what's going on out there with the current project. Alrighty, so we're out in the shed now with the current project, VT Acclaim wagon. If you've been following along for a while, you'll know the story about this car, you know where it's at. So it's not too far away from getting back on the road, just needs an exhaust. The rubber boots there on the CV joints there on the drive shafts. A little bit of rust in the bottom of the driver and passenger door. Otherwise, I think we're pretty good to go to get it on the road. So I'll tell you, there's been times with this car where it's nearly beaten me. It's been bloody close. I've had a deep conversation with myself. You know, why am I even bothering with the VT V6? It needed a lot more work than I anticipated. But hey, we're just about on the other side of it now. But you know, that's old cars, isn't it? You start pulling things apart, you know, they've been sitting around for a while, you realise they probably need a lot more than what you anticipate at the start. So yeah, anywho, yeah, it was more of a sentimental thing, I guess, being my parents' car, because they've had this car since it was near brand new. So really that was the only thing that sort of motivated me to keep persisting with it. Other than that, you know, personally, I probably wouldn't bother. But anywho, it's been pretty popular, this car, surprisingly. So yeah, anyway, look, we're not far away from getting it back on the road, as I've mentioned. We'll get it on the road, and then we'll get it back in the shed, then we'll worry about, you know, buffing paint, things like that later on. So yeah, a few little items on the interior. Just got to put the stock wheels back on, piss those VX Calais wheels off. Yeah, so that's where the VT is at. So be sure to check out more videos on this car to sort of see where it's at, and you'll get a bit of an idea. So yeah, there you have it, guys. Quick rundown of all three cars, where we're at with them, what's going to be happening, what's going on. So anywho, as always, please like, share, subscribe, drop a comment, all that sort of stuff, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.